Hello, my fellow YouTubers. This is Dr. Dragunov on a windy afternoon here. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm going to talk a little bit about my latest endeavors with a new car and what you can expect when you buy a car unseen, and what I did to this car to get it up and running again. For a long time I've been looking out for I've had Suburbans before, but they're just too big and the gas price is going through the roof. It was just not, and also the price of used cars, right? You can't get anything for a decent amount of money. So I found this 2003 Trailblazer, Chevy Trailblazer, about 600 kilometers from here. It was a no-runner, but I paid something like $500 for it. So it was just basically rolling the dice and see what if I can get it running again, and that's not a problem. This is an inline 6 4.2. One of the most reliable engines out there. It's shared with Saab and Isuzu, I think, also. So the first thing you want to do, or the first thing I did when I got it transported down to where I live, of course you do oil change, the engine oil and the rear axle and the differentials, and what I found out, the seller, he was like super great, yeah, because he informed me that the gearbox was shot, so it didn't engage in any gears or anything like this. So that I knew, but finding a gearbox is no problem. So I bought a very good used gearbox and put it in, took out the old one. It was just scrap, and I just put this in, and it's been running perfect ever since. So all the oils and filters you have to exchange, and then I could get it up and running, but it was really rough. So then you start off by changing the sensors. Let's see here if I can point. There's one there, right there, and there is one right there. And also you change the CCV valve, which is located, let's see, can I do this? Right there. It was all gunked up from sitting. You have to release the power steering reservoir. It's just 3 bolts. It's super easy, no worries. And then it was running a little bit better, but not good. So then I changed out all the coils, which is located under the plenum here, or the resonator box, or whatever it's called. 6 of them. They were all original Delphi, and since the engine has some what would that be, 200 and something 20,000 miles on it, those were basically done for due to age, basically. You go on eBay or you go on Rock Auto and you buy 6 new ones, and that sorted that one out. But it still wasn't running. It was for every step or repair I did, it was running better. But still, I had some 420 codes, misfire, rough running. The exhaust was below threshold and like this, and also every time I would park the car, there was a crackling noise underneath, right? And I just couldn't figure out what it was. So after a while it started making really strange noises, like if the timing chain was slapping around and the guides were bad and like this. It turned out to be that the catalytic converter was basically toast. So the crackling noise came from that. The honeycomb structure in there was just like golf balls rambling around in the canister. So it was terrible. And so when I changed I changed that one out for an aftermarket, and also I replaced the oxygen sensors upstream, downstream, and well, that kind of solved the problem. So this car has been neglected for service for a long time, and eventually it stopped running, and then the former owner, excuse the wind here, the former owner kind of gave up on it. But you just have to start from when you don't know the history of the car, or how it's been maintained, or what kind of services it had in the past. You just have to start with a clean slate, right? So I'm going to take a shot from here also. I'm going to show you. You have to, just to be on the safe side, you change out the fuel pressure regulator right there. It's a 10-minute job, and it's really not hard at all. I also changed the injectors, which is you have to take the computer out, and then you have to take the intake out, which is a major pain in the butt. And then the injectors, they're under there on the rail, 6 of them. You buy those new. Don't buy them refurbished, buy them new. It's not such a big deal when it comes to money. So this is what I did, and if you're planning on buying a no runner, and you can't go and see it, this is what you have to kind of start off with. Oils, filters, sensors, the coils, the injectors, and you start from there, because then you're at the ground zero of things, right? Then you know that those things are working. On the whole, it's a very nice car. It's the engine is fine. It doesn't burn any oil. You use the Castrol 530. Great, and filters and everything like this, and you can get it up and running. Now it runs super great, yeah. So for a while I thought the ECM was bad. You see, it looks kind of cruddy, but that's I would say like a $250 operation to get it and get someone to code it and put it in and like this, yeah. Those basically never go bad if it's not a flood car or something like this, yeah. So start off with this, and also check your emissions. If you got a multiple misfire, start with the coils and spark plugs, of course. Get that in a shape, get it running, and then see what your emissions are. If you're below threshold, like 420 code, 430 code, 420 for the inline 6. And if your catalytic converter is busted, just change it, and then also change the oxygen, the O2 sensors, upstream, downstream, to get them to read correctly and feed the ECM with the data it needs to control all the other aspects of the engine running good and whatnot. So that's basically it. It's a good car. I would recommend it. It's a very, very solid engine. It can run for another 220,000 miles, I'm sure. Just start off getting a clean. If you buy, like I do, I never buy a new car. And if you're looking for a bargain, buy a car that needs a little bit of care and attention. You can do it yourself. It's not really complicated. It's not hard at all to do this. So do that, and buy like I did, a $500 car. Invest another maybe $1,200 to $1,500 in it, and you will get a super great car, running the way it's supposed to, and you've got many more miles ahead of you with a trouble-free trouble-free driving, basically. So I hope you enjoy this. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. Oh yeah, one last thing. The throttle body, this one, right? That was all caked up. It has never been cleaned. So, and that also super easy. You just, it's like two 10mm bolts, one there and one there. Take off the snorkel, take off the resonator box, open the butterfly, and just spray a can of carburetor cleaner or something like this into it. Wipe it out real good, and that will make a whole lot of improvement for your drivability and the fuel consumption. Actually, before I did this, I was lucky if I got something like 8 or 10 miles to the gallon out of this one. Now I'm between 25 and 28, I think. So small. Just get the maintenance up to par, and you will have a beautiful car. And it's not hard. It's a really good car for those who are not that good with wrench, but still it's super easy. Anybody can do it. If I can, you can, right? So that wraps it up. Have a great weekend, and talk to you soon. Bye bye.